Hello friends, wizards, witches and muggles. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm here in my living room today. I just thought we would have a really nice, cozy, relaxed vibe today because I'm gonna do a Q&A. It's been a while since we've done one of these and I do actually have all of your questions here on my phone and I'm really excited to see what you guys asked. So grab yourself a cup of tea or whatever beverage you prefer. Grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get on with the Q&A. It is time to A the Q's. Okay, let's go. Do you have nightmares? If so, what are the nightmares about? It's very rare that I do have nightmares. I am someone that has the most vivid dreams every night, and I also am one of those people that remembers all her dreams as well. Even if in the day I can't remember what I dreamt about the night before, I am guaranteed as soon as I put my head on my pillow the following night and I'm just about to go to sleep. I don't know if it's like muscle memory or something. I feel like it must be, but my dream from the previous night will flood back to me and I will remember it. And I don't think I've met anyone else that this happens to, but I did Google it and there are a few other people that I found on this forum that experienced the same thing, but I'm pretty sure it's weird. If I have a nightmare, it's usually all of my teeth falling out. In fact, I had one of those last night. That's weird. All of my teeth at the top on this side all crumbled out and I had them all in my hand and I couldn't get to a dentist and I was like, what is happening? Those are usually anxiety dreams, which would make sense because girl has anxiety. It's why she's in therapy. But I also think that I have been to the dentist recently and I do have some dentistry work that I need to do. Funnily enough, on the exact same side that I dreamt about. So yes, other things that I have nightmares about are I can never use phones in my dreams. Someone said on my Instagram the other day that you can never see a mobile phone in the dream, but I disagree because, in fact, do I? I always see landline phones. I'm showing my age here, but whenever I'm using a phone, it's one that you can pick up off the wall with like the phone cord. And one of my nightmares is always trying to phone the police or an ambulance service or a fire service, basically the emergency services, and I can't dial the number and it's ever so frustrating. I don't really have too many nightmares, to be fair, but those are the ones that I can think of. Are you enjoying your new treadmill? You know what? Yes I am. I bought a treadmill before Christmas. You guys probably know that, especially if you follow me on Instagram. I bought a treadmill because I was fed up of standing in my own way. I was standing in my own way when it came to fitness, and I really got into running in 2020 and have done it every year since, but I find myself always giving myself excuses. It's too dark outside, it's too cold, it's raining, I don't want to go outside. So I took all of those excuses and basically made sure that I couldn't use them anymore. So I now have a treadmill in my guest bedroom and it is amazing, and I have worked out, as of filming this, it is the 2nd of February right now, and I've used it 20 times already. So that's about 20 times in a month. I've been doing a walking series, and I'm now starting my C to 5K. I'm doing 5K training to run a 5K, and it's so good. I find it very engaging because I have a big screen and I follow personal trainers on there, not live, so you can do live ones, but I follow trainers on there all around the world, and the current series that I'm doing is based in Vietnam, so I get to learn about the world as I'm working out, and this is it. I have found the thing that has given me the motivation and the drive to stick with it, and so far I have, and I'm feeling very proud about that. So yes, I'm loving my treadmill. Thank you for asking. Do you ever watch your old videos back, and do you still love them? I really enjoy both, so it made me curious. Okay, yeah, I do. Not a lot of them, but special ones I do watch back. So I tend to watch the one where I had a day with owls. I think it's called Meeting and Flying Owls, Fantastic Magical Beasts or something, Care of Magical Creatures. And I just love that one because I love the owls. So yeah, I watch that one quite often. Any that are like vlogs from a holiday or a trip, so any at Universal, I kind of watch as well. Any from like, I quite like deep diving back. Like the further back that the vlogs are, the more I enjoy watching those. But no, very rarely, depends how nostalgic I'm feeling, but no, I tend not to watch them once they're uploaded. I do answer the comments, but yeah, once they're out in the world, that's where they live. Do you ever get lonely living alone, or do you love it? It's a good question. I think as a natural introvert, I actually love living alone. I find it very peaceful and I feel like I could do everything at my own pace, and I'm very organized, so I always organize things to do, so I never just sat there like twiddling my thumbs. I always schedule either work or chores or pleasurable downtime like reading or doing hobbies or anything like that. I also try to see my family on a regular basis, and I also try to see my friends on a regular basis as well. Sometimes I invite my friends to stay here for like multiple days or like a week at a time. So I get my social charge from those times. So living alone, no, I don't get lonely. I don't think I do. I also never get bored. How did you feel when you met Tom Felton? How was it? So this was a very last minute interview that was organised at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour in London. It was one of those things when I was asked, I was like, oh, what? Why would you ask me? There was a lot of anxiety surrounding it because it felt like, I mean, it was a big deal. Like, I love Tom. But as soon as I sat in one of the director's chairs, which we were sitting on, everything, all of the nerves and anxiety just disappeared. And I think also it was really kind of easy to do because I wasn't relying on my own film crews or anything like that. Everything was already set up. It was go in, do your interview and go. But he was so lovely, and I've just finished reading his autobiography called Beyond the Wand, and I've got to say I do recommend it, guys, not just because I've met him and not just because the book was gifted to me. It's genuinely a very good book, and it's very insightful into Tom Felton, the person, rather than Draco Malfoy, the wizard. And I just found it a really enjoyable and interesting read. So yeah, one thing I will say is Tom is so delightful. Like, what you see is what you get. He treats you like a normal human being, and he's just very nice. I remember as soon as I sat down, he asked me how I was, and I joked that I was tired, and he was like, do you want me to get you a coffee? And I'm just like, no, but thank you. Oh, he's very sweet, he's very lovely, and he's very genuine. What are the most difficult parts of adulthood for you? Honestly, it's probably just the silly things. Like, I still struggle with things like phoning the dentist, phoning the doctors, and changing fire alarm batteries. Was anyone on my Instagram for the fire alarm battery saga? It's just the little things that maybe you feel as though you should know by now, but you don't, and certain things that perhaps you wish you were taught at school. Like, I wish that I was taught the basics of like taxes and self-employed business stuff. I know that there was like business studies, but I feel as though this stuff should be just normal in the curriculum. But overall, I actually really enjoy being an adult, so I don't think there's too much that I would say is too hard. What's your name on Goodreads? So I have a Goodreads account, and I also have a Storygraph account. Thank you so much to everyone that recommended Storygraph, which is a smaller business run version of Goodreads, but in my opinion, it feels a lot better because the amount of data and charts that you get from the books and the data that you're putting in is vast, and Goodreads doesn't seem to have that much data, and I really enjoy it. But yes, my names on both of those I think are just Cherry Wallis. I'm not accepting friends on there, but I am accepting follows, so you can follow me on Goodreads or Storygraph. Please follow me because I'm thoroughly enjoying reading. Favourite pasta dish? Pesto pasta with plum tomatoes with a generous handful of cheese on top. That dish is my comfort pasta dish. But if I was out and about, I'd probably get a carbonara because I'm basic. Are you going to get a P.O. box? lol. Oh guys, this has been on my mind for the past 4 years, basically since I closed it. So I closed my PO box when I knew that I was moving, and I never reopened one because I couldn't keep the same address. And also, if I ever did or do move out of this house eventually, I would then have to close it down again and then have a new one, and there's a lot of admin behind it. And also, this is gonna sound like really, look at me, but I am a little bit concerned with the amount of mail that perhaps I would receive now, because I had a PO box when I was on like maybe 100,000, maybe less subscribers, and I received a lot of mail. I had a lot of letters, each I have kept, by the way. I have like fan mail storage boxes at my mum's and here. So I do worry about the sheer volume of letters that I would receive. I know I'm not trying to sound like big-headed, but that's what PO boxes do and what they're for. It's so that you guys can write to me, and I was very lucky enough to also receive a lot of parcels and like gift parcels and stuff, which was so sweet. But that's the only thing that I worry about, is if I open it, how much am I going to receive, because I don't know anymore. But at the moment I don't have a PO box, so don't write to any of my old addresses, please. They won't work. Other than read, what is something that you want to do in 2023? I want a beach holiday. I haven't been on a beach since, I want to say 2013, maybe 2014, and I really want one. I just want a really basic, cheap package holiday where I can sit by the pool, take all of my books with me, drink cocktails and actually relax in the sun. I know I've been abroad to like America and stuff, but those are always like work trips, and I really want a holiday this year where I just go sun, sea and sand, relaxation, reading and cocktails, and just good food and fun vibes. Other things included are some work projects which I really want to get off the ground. I'm not going to really say too much about them now, but yes, I want to get some projects off the ground, so watch this space. What brings you joy these days? What brings me joy? My family bring me a lot of joy. I'm always searching for times where I can just spend quality time with them, whether it's at family meals, going shopping with my mum, doing other little bits and bobs, or watching TV or anything like that, or days out. That brings me a lot of joy, seeing my friends, all of the obvious stuff. But something that really brings me joy, which you probably know about me already, is cleaning. Most people find that a chore. I do not. I love cleaning. I love organising. I love tidying. And I am my most peak happiest when my house is clean, organised and under control. So yes, I love cleaning. The only thing I don't like doing is putting my laundry away, but I do like doing washing as well, because everything smells nice. So yeah, those little things bring me joy. I knew this question was coming. Will you ever do a magical kitchen recipe again? Yes, I will do more magical kitchens. I can't promise them to be regular, hence why it's been a long time since I've done one. Just to explain the logistics behind it, my filming studio upstairs, I have to bring all of the lighting down, and this is some heavy, like industrial lighting. And I also have to dismantle a lot of my filming setup, which is, honestly, it's designed not to move in my studio. And I know that I could do some with my vlogging camera, which maybe I will do, but that's the biggest reason. Also, they are a lot more fun when you're doing magical kitchens with other people and guests. There is a guest that I have in mind for this year, so I need to ask him when he's available. But yeah, they're more fun with people, and I also like them being filmed not by myself, so I don't have to think about it. But yeah, they're quite a chore to film, but I will do more in the future, I promise. Has YouTube been your full-time job? Yes, YouTube and this and social media has been my full-time job for years. I started this in 2012, so it's been over a decade now, and that is what I do for a living. I'm very fortunate, and I pinch myself every day. Like, I wish that I could time travel and tell little me that this is what I do for a job. and that I get to meet and talk to all of you guys. Like, we've built this community. I can't explain how surreal it feels to have similar interests and just form this really kind, cool community. Like, you guys are awesome and I love you very much, and you watching right now is literally why I get to do this, so thank you. Do you enjoy what you do? Filming, being an influencer, etc. Yes, I do. I love my job, and I know that's such a privileged thing to be able to say, but I love my job. Is it stressful sometimes? Yes, but I feel like that's just life. There's ups and downs with everything, but I do not take my job for granted, and I love it, and it's what I wake up for every day. I can't imagine doing anything else, genuinely. I love it. How do you deal with anxiety and tackling jobs/commitments that scare you? This is a good question because I am one of these people that gets a lot of anxiety surrounding things that are outside of my comfort zone. There's kind of two parts to the question there. How do I deal with anxiety? For a long time, I didn't. Now I am very, again, privileged that I go to therapy twice a month, and I am being taught anxiety tools that go in my little life toolbox. So that is something that I'm consistently working on and trying to self-improve with. As for commitments that make me scared and stuff, I'm one of these people that gets FOMO, fear of missing out. And I know that once I've done whatever the thing is, like let's take interviewing Tom Felton, for example. I was terrified, but I still pushed through because I knew that it would be a good experience, and I knew that I would feel good afterwards. So I tend to focus on the end game, and that gets me through. It does help. When will your store open back up? I'm dying to get some of your clothes. This has been asked a lot. This has been one of my biggest questions over the last few months. Ordinary Owl has closed for the foreseeable. It doesn't mean forever. I do have some projects which I want to be under the Ordinary Owl umbrella. Hopefully this year, we'll see. But yes, I have actually parted ways with the company that helped manufacture and distribute all of Ordinary Owl's clothing and that kind of thing. So I'm probably not going to do clothing again, at least for a very long time, because it's a lot of work, and it's work that I'm not very good at doing. Like, I don't have a warehouse, I don't have a big company building to do this stuff in, but at the same time, I don't want to work with a third-party company because there was a lot of stuff that I wanted and we couldn't make happen. For example, one of those was packaging. I wanted the most magical packaging for Ordinary Owl. I wanted my products to land on the doorstep and it to be instantly recognizable as Ordinary Owl. And not to go into things, that couldn't happen. So over the years, I just decided it was better to part ways because I didn't want to put stuff out into the world and for you guys if it wasn't absolutely perfect. So that's where we're at with Ordinary Owl, but there are some projects which I really want to work on this year, and I hope you're going to be excited about them whenever they come to fruition. Do you have a favourite music artist right now? Yes, I do. I've got a few. There are 4 people that I would love to see live. Ash Nico, she's so close to dropping some more music and I'm so ready for it. Give me all the music you've got, drop me an album, just do it. Also, I would love to see Billie Eilish live, I would love to see the 1975 live, and I would love to see Harry Styles live, but mainly Ash Nico and Billie Eilish. They are my top 2 mamas, and yeah, very excited about those. Love, love, love. What do you really want to add to your Harry Potter collection? There's not a lot of things that I'm like desperate for the collection anymore, but there's still one thing that I would love to have, and that's the cursed necklace. They used to sell it at Universal. Some of you guys know about this already, but the prices that they go for these days is insane. I actually had someone that was trying to sell theirs a couple of months ago reach out to me, and they were like, oh, I want to offer it to you first, like I'm open to offers. And I said, well, it depends how much that you're looking for it. And I think they said something ridiculous I can't remember if it was 2,500 or 5,000, but I just remember my jaw dropped. I wished them good luck on selling it, but it wasn't going to be to me. I know it's rare and it's a collector's item, but I've got my lines, and that is one that I was not willing to cross. Okay, this is a highly asked question and I don't know how to answer it, but I will answer it the best that I can. Any reason that you stopped filming unboxings of LitJoy crates? Yes, there is a reason. It's a reason which isn't really mine to share, but there is a reason, and I am very sad that they had to stop. It's not that I wanted to stop them, I'm just putting that out there, but there is a reason why I had to stop filming them. So if I can tell you in the future, or if LitJoy could maybe tell you in the future, I will let you know. But just know I haven't just stopped them out of the blue on purpose. Does Cameraman Chris still work for you? Yes, he does. He has edited this video. You can always tell when Cameraman Chris has edited a video because in the description it will say whether I have edited it or whether Chris has edited it. La la la. That is a tongue twister, but yes, he does. He's awesome. I find your vlogs so calming and was wondering if you plan to incorporate more in the future. Yes, I love filming vlogs, and vlogs are actually something that I do edit myself these days. So anywhere where I've just got me and my vlogging camera, shopping and doing my house and days out and that kind of stuff, I do edit those myself now. But yes, I did do a weekly style vlog at the beginning of this year, which you may or may not have seen right now. If you haven't, go check it out. I really liked that format and you guys seem to really like it as well, so I appreciate all the feedback on there. But yeah, just picking up the camera for a few minutes or an hour or so a day across a week and then stitching it all together, it worked quite well. So yes, I will do more vlogs and they're not going anywhere. How do you keep so organized? This is something that I think's just happened in my life. I've always been pretty organized. When it comes to work, I credit where credit's due. Cameraman Chris did help me with a lot of tools in that. So like setting me up on Google Calendars, for example. I used to handwrite all of my diary appointments on like printed out calendar pages. Crossing them over to like the digital space made such a difference. To-do lists as well. I live by to-do lists, and I think do your to-do lists in the priority of what you want to get done. I also make sure that I dedicate time to organize. You guys may know by now, but every single year in the winter, I will dedicate a few weeks to fully declutter, organize, clean. So every year I start from a clean blank slate, and I cannot highly recommend that enough if you're able to do that. How did you and Rach meet? So if you're new here, Rachel is my best friend. We have known each other for well over a decade. We used to bump into each other at like YouTube meetups, YouTube events, like Summer in the City and that kind of thing. And we were always very pleasant and civil to each other. And I remember one of my first real meet and greets. She remembers this more than I did because I think my brain was so like anxious at the time that it just disappeared. But one of my first meet and greets, she was actually one of the volunteers and she was really there for me, and that was really cute. So I've always known that she's lovely. She's also mutual friends with one of my other best friends, and when 2020 hit, like we messaged or replied to each other's Insta story or something, and we just started chatting. And then I think she suggested a FaceTime call, and I'm not someone that does FaceTime calls with people that I'm not really comfortable with or don't know very well, but I agreed, and we had like a conversation that lasted hours, and we had a little drink because that lockdown life. And I remember, I don't drink very much, by the way, and I got drunk. And the hangover is one that I will never forget. I was like glued to, I took my pillow into my bathroom. I had like washing machine tummy the next day and was very, very poorly. Either way, since then, we have spoken every day. She comes here often, I go to hers often. She's my professional +1 now. and I can't remember what life was like without having a Rach in it. And honestly, she's so wonderful. She truly is my best friend. She's just a good egg. I'm very lucky to have her. Any tips for tidying a room? Yes, I have all the tips for tidying a room, especially rooms that perhaps feel overwhelming. Okay, step one, get a bin bag, empty your bin in your room, go around picking up all of the rubbish slash trash. So all of that is out of the way. Now, next, pick another thing, whether it's clothing, books, maybe plates that need to go downstairs to the kitchen, to the dishwasher. Do a thing at a time, and then when you get to the last thing, your room will be tidy. Now, another thing that I recommend, which I used to do, which sometimes I still do, just to get that instant satisfaction, if you've got loads of stuff all over the floor, all over chairs, all over surfaces, take everything and put it on your bed. That's right, put it on your bed, everything. You can change your bed afterwards, it's fine. Then you will see your entire room as a blank canvas. Once you've done this, you can then vacuum, you can polish, you can dust, you can do all the things that you need to do to make it clean. Now, everything's on your bed. You're not going to be able to go to sleep tonight until you've sorted through it. So start one item at a time and just go through everything. Put all your laundry in the laundry basket, put everything back where it belongs. And once you've got through the entire heap on your bed, change your bed, spray some air freshener, and you're done. Once you have done that, you're in a position that maybe one day you want to set aside to organize your stuff. Go through each drawer, go through all your shoes, go through all of your clothes and your books and everything. Ask yourself, do I need this anymore? If you don't, give it to charity or a friend, or get rid of it if it's old. So yeah, those are my recommendations. I really need to start an organization and cleaning channel, don't I? I'd be really good at it. I love organising, cleaning and everything. Okay, so there we have it. I feel like we have had such a big catch up and a cozy hangout, and I've really enjoyed it. If you've got this far, firstly, thank you. I really do appreciate you taking the time to come to my silly little corner of the internet and hang out with me. And yeah, I've loved it. Thank you all who submitted questions. Sorry that I couldn't answer every single one of them, but I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Hey, if you have, don't forget to give it a quick thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds and it's free and it helps me out. But yeah, thank you so much. If you want, you can leave comments down below if there's any like burning questions, and I'll be sure to answer them down there. So yeah, thanks guys. I will see you soon. Bye. Oh. My hair today is like